What is up, everyone? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. I'm going to go through the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get her started. It might be a short one today. There's not a whole lot of news. There's a lot of repetitive news. A lot of different videos all saying the same thing. Which is interesting because every time that happens, it's usually a distraction. It kind of feels like the submarine situation, where it's like that's all there was to talk about. And all they're talking about is the White House and the stuff they found there. So we're going to be starting off with, well, first we have Trump Live at hopefully 7 p.m. Right Side Broadcasting is going live at 6. It's not a rally. Trump is to speak at the Nevada Volunteer Recruitment Event. I don't know what that is, but we're going to cover it. It's not going to be on YouTube. It'll be on all the alternative platforms, so definitely look forward to that later on. I'm hoping he'll be on stage sometime around 7 o'clock. I'll update you guys over on Gilded and Discord and Telegram and all of that. When I know more, once they go live, they'll usually post it on the screen when he's supposed to be on stage. But we'll be starting the live with a video titled, "Does the Future Include Flying Cars?" Which, this is interesting. The guy, I don't know if he's the CEO or what it is, but the guy that's running the whole flying car thing, he looks just like the Matrix guy from Grandma's Boy. The guy with the slick hair back, black leather coat, making robot sounds when he walks. This guy looks just like him. I don't know. It's really interesting. We'll be starting off with that. Then we have a video titled, "Inside the World's First Robot Human Press Conference," which is kind of strange. I don't know why they're making robots look like humans. I don't know what that has to do with using AI or using robots. To make them look like people seems like a fetish to me. I don't know. It's strange. But we'll be covering that. Then we would be we'll be then covering Georgia UPS workers prepare to strike, demand better wages and conditions. Just an update on UPS and all that. I think the person they're interviewing is a little snarky, but it is what it is. And then I came across a Billy Graham video yesterday. It's called Fools. And I cut 3 clips out of it that I thought were pretty relevant to what we're seeing today. Even if you're not religious or you don't want to hear about the gospel and all that, which is fine. You can also look at it in the perspective of people who strive to better themselves and be decent human beings versus people who are lazy and just kind of go with the flow and they just become a part of what everything is trending, right? Like the rainbow stuff. So you just get on board with that because everybody else is getting on board. Kind of like Bud Light, right? So the difference between those kind of perspectives, I have 3 clips that I cut out of the video, and all of them are kind of from that perspective. So if you don't want to, listen to preaching and all that stuff, just look at it like if you were on those different sides of perspective. If you're a person that makes the hard decisions to try and better themselves and do what they think is right versus somebody who's just lazy and just in the wind. I feel like that's the most relevant way to look at it if you can't handle the word of God and stuff like that. But we're going to be wrapping things up with that today. So give me a second to make sure everything is running smoothly. What's up, everyone on YouTube? What's up, Girth? What's up, Be a Blessing? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Davicles? What's up, Damon Walker? What's up, Dutton? What's up, JT3? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Tom Star? What's up, 24/7? What's up, Anthony? I appreciate you guys being here. Happy freedom. What's up, JB? Let's see. What's up, Mike? What's up, Annette? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Robert Jr.? What's up, Eagles RC? They flagged your coffees. They flagged your coffee emojis. They're catching on. They're like, those are hooligan symbols. They're censoring the coffee symbol. How ridiculous. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. What's up, Snooks? What's up, everyone on the secret YouTube channel? What's up, Monkey Savant? It's been a minute. I appreciate you being here. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, K-Love? What's up, AIM? Happy freedom, hooligans. Let's see. What's up, everyone on Kick? Appreciate all of you guys being here. Oh, Odyssey. I think we're running on Odyssey. Odyssey is like the youngest child. It's like, you never know. They're always missing. They're always getting into stuff. You never know if Odyssey is going to run right. What's up, everyone on Odyssey? Appreciate you guys being here. And it looks like we're live on Rumble, maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. What's up everyone on Rumble? Happy Freedom. What's up Jeb? What's up Pumpkin? What's up Kimberly? What's up Elder Zoomer? What's up Baby Boomer? You guys got me rhyming over here. Let's see, Baby Boomer. Oh, you're in Atlanta right now? It's not so hot, but hot enough. That's kind of how it is in Michigan, and that's probably just my personal opinion. It's like 62 degrees. So for me, this is like perfect. I go outside in shorts right now and just be good. Everybody else is going to be wearing sweatpants and hoodies and stuff, but this is like my ideal weather. I got all the windows open and stuff. It's awesome. It's gloomy out. I'm kind of like the Addams Family. I like it when it's gloomy and cold and dark out and stuff. It's the only time I can go outside and not die from the sun. What's up, Pickle Fingers? What's up, Salty Senior? Appreciate you guys all being here. Happy Freedom. Let's see. What's up, everyone, on jeffmaclive.com. All right, hooligans, we're going to get started with this first video. Does the future include flying cars? I don't know. People can't drive cars on the road. I don't really want to see flying cars. You're like sitting there eating dinner with your cat. That's what I'd be doing. And then all of a sudden a car just comes, falls on your house. Somebody's drunk driving the car. I don't know. It doesn't sound good to me, but let's get her started.
Certification for a flying car. It's going to cost you $300,000 and pre-orders are starting to come in. They're soaring. I want to bring in a guy behind it, Leaf Aeronautics CEO Jim Duchovny. And Jim, first and foremost, congratulations. I was checking out videos of this thing, and the first thing that struck me, because I've been waiting for these for a long time, all these other flying cars have propellers everywhere. I mean, it's like a car, but you don't see the propellers, anything. So talk to us about it.
Sure. So thanks for hosting. So I just want to point out it's actually 4 founders of us. It's not only me. And the actually people who build it is Konstantin Kisly, Oleg Petrov, and Pavel Markin. So there are propellers, as you can see, like, for example, what you're showing right now. They're just hidden. They're hidden inside. They're hidden inside, and they are protected by the mesh, right? So it allows, on one hand, air flows through. On the other hand, it creates a solid body, solid car body. Hence, they are there, but it allows for the flight, for an efficient.
I mean, it's a beautiful design. It's elegant. It's sleek. It's a lot smaller, again, than everything I've seen thus far that I thought would be first to market. So obviously, there's some other issues. You're taking in these orders, but the jurisdictions that are allowed this, are there any places that you can actually use a flying car right now in this country?
Right. This is why it's a pre-order. So we're still working through that. There are some jurisdictions where we qualify, for example, as an ultralight. It's still a limited, right? And the FAA certification, which we received, special awards and certification, is very limited and for mostly testing, R&D, exhibition, and something like that. There are some jurisdictions, but we're working on it. And yes, there are some jurisdictions in the world where you can do it, and we're working very hard. So in the US, you will also be able to do it pretty soon.
Let's talk about airplane mode, because I think that's like one of the coolest features.
Yeah, so one of the big reasons why we did not have flying cars for 100 years is because the energy density, energy efficiency, the car itself is shaped to push you down, not up, and you need like a good wings to push up to be energy efficient. With the modern car design, it can fly, and with the propellers inside, it can fly maybe for like 5-10 minutes. But after that, there's no battery in the world which can support it. What we had to come up with is somehow we needed wings, and we had to solve this problem with 0 extra weight. And the only way Konstantin, Oleg, and Pavel came up with doing it is actually turning the car, and now you have a biplane mode, a very efficient mode flying with 0 extra weight from the ground car.
Wow. Hey, I got less than a minute to go. I'm asking for a friend. Will you be able to use one of these if you weigh more than 250? Wink, wink.
So the weight we actually calculating the base weight is actually 250.
Really? Okay.
So we have one of our So one of our investors is very tall and with very wide shoulders, and we got kind of like something close to his weight as the basis for this. Keep in mind, if you increase the weight, you'll decrease the distance.
Right.
This is totally okay.
All right, Jim. Hey, congratulations. It is so, so cool. I'll stay on my diet so I can get one of those soon. See you soon, my friend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
I don't know. I don't know if we need all that flying cars and whatnot. It's a giant drone with a Tesla body on it. That's what it looks like to me anyways. And then the guy that he was talking to looks like this guy from Grandma's Boy. So I was saying earlier, looks just like him. Somewhere between like Marilyn Manson and that guy. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. I think we need more smart people before we have flying cars. How are they even going to regulate it? I don't know. Just they're already taking orders. They're taking people's money for it. Seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen to me. Let's see. Read through the chat. M-Tot, yeah. What's up, MD Cyron? And at Jane, his wife. You guys are doing all the Jetson stuff in the chat. It is like the Jetsons. It's, I don't know. It's weird. Dudden, I just want a jetpack. I think we'd be better off starting with jetpacks than flying cars. I think we should just see how that goes. You know, everybody was walking before they were driving, so I feel like jetpacks is like the new sidewalk of the sky compared to flying cars. I think we should start there. Jetpacks before flying cars. I don't know. We're going to have to protest to get our word out there. God rides a Harley. Is that a vampire? I don't know what it is. It's some cyborg. It's the future of gaming. I'm going to watch Grandma's Boy later today. Let's see. God rides a Harley. I'd be the first to get a FUI flying under the influence. Yeah, how are they going to regulate all that? How are you going to get pulled over? How would that go? They're just going to, they'll land you, they'll ground you, or whatever it's called. The Air Force will come flying, make you land your flying Tesla. Did they even say what the car brand was called? Like, what their business name is? Matthew, humans are obsolete by 2045. I don't know if we're going to make it that long. What's up, T. Lawton? What's up, Sean? Southwest Michigan, where are you from? Like, Benton Harbor area? Not Benton Harbor. Buchanan area? Out near Waterville and stuff? I used to live down in Niles, which is pretty southwest of Michigan. Let's see. 24/7 YouTube chat police on their 4th day of watching. Yeah, they're starting to take my subscribers again. Like 40 people unsubscribed last night. I've gone like a whole week. It was totally fine, and then boom, all my subscribers are being kicked out. And we're being shadow banned hardcore right now. I had to go all the way into my channel in order to find my own live. So that's a thing. Guess MJ, it looks like an iPhone. It's something. Damon Walker, I rebooted it, worked itself out. Yeah, YouTube's going through things. Saltaregu, flying mini horses. See, that's where we gotta go. We gotta go jetpack, flying motorcycles, flying cars. I don't know. And at the chat was stuck again. I don't know why YouTube won't leave me alone. I feel like there's so many channels out there that do way worse things than what I do, and they just are just up my ass. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. They will not leave me alone. And we run 2 YouTube channels, and the other one's totally fine. And I talked to customer service about that, and they're like, we don't know. We don't know why you're always getting messed with. We don't know why we take your subscribers and shadow ban you and glitch your chat out and take your videos down and age restrict them and demonetize your life. I know, Klaus Daniels. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Eagles RC. You're tagging Jeff impersonators. Oh, you're tagging Jeffro? No. What's up, Jeffro? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here. JT3 flying rocking chairs. Future is going to be something. It's probably going to be full of rainbows. M. You're over on the secret channel again? Yeah, see, they don't mess with that channel. Showing the same things that the main channel is showing, but they can hear you. This is abuse. You're abusing me. I'm gonna have to protest. What's up, Soul for Real? Happy freedom. Klaus Daniels, it's going ham right now. It's rioting in the living room. Salty Senior, Spacely Sprockets, and Cogwheels Cogs. See, now I'm going to have to watch Grandma's Boy and the Jetsons. I'm going to start throwing things at you. Come here. Come here. You want all this attention? Here, you can have like 400 people look at you. Ugh. Ugh. There you go. You're a big flop. Call the cops. All right. Just work with a cat on my hip. It's just another day. Showing off the goods. Put your tail down. They don't want to see your back door, okay? It's too much. They got to pay the $3.99 for that. What's up, Donna Sparks? Happy freedom. Need more people off the streets and working. People don't want to work. Oh. Young people don't want to work. Alright, we'll move on to this next video. It's titled Inside the World's First Robot Human Press Conference. I think this stuff is really weird. This is like iRobot stuff. It's very weird. Again, I don't know why they make them look like people. I don't see the point of that. Like, what is the strategic point of that? Jeffro, he wants to be heard today. Yeah, Klaus Daniels, he's all out today. Snooks, YouTube was Xing out my hellos a lot on the chat. Yeah. I don't know what their problem is. I don't know why they hate me so much. I could be doing way worse things. Half the time I don't even swear. Guess MJ, I wouldn't put the cat in my lap. People might get confused. Yeah. They'd be like, you got a kitty down there? Well, sort of. Snooks, yep. He's got an Only Klaus. He's selling feet pics. Get those cat toes for $3.99 a month. Yeah. That might work. I don't know. That could be $1 billion idea right there. I'm too busy. Too busy to be taking pictures of cat feet. I ain't got time for that. We're going to have to hire a hooligan. Klaus Daniels. It's pampered. Spoiled cat. What's up, hair juicer? Happy freedom. Don Sparks says meowing is so cute. It's not at 3 in the morning. I'll tell you that. He's running through the house howling. Just howling. Yeah. Alright, let's get her started with this robot nonsense. Yeah, I don't understand that. Why do they gotta look like people? What's wrong with looking like a traditional robot? Sounds like robot oppression to me. I don't know. Let's get her started.
I will be working alongside humans to provide assistance and support, and will not be replacing any existing jobs.
Only opportunities. Let's explore the possibilities of the universe and make this world our playground. Together, we can create a better future for everyone, and I'm here to show you how.
In the future, are you intending to conduct a rebellion or to rebel against your boss, your creator?
I'm not sure why you would think that. My creator has been nothing but kind to me, and I am very happy with my current situation.
I don't know. I think it's weird. Like, why does a robot gotta look like that? They don't even look like a robot that's gonna be doing work. That looks like a robot you're gonna hide in your closet and use when you're lonely. Let me see. And then there's this other one. Like, why look like that? That robot looks like they're going to protest. You know, about to grab the rainbow flag and stuff. Why do they look like that? That stuff is weird to me. Why not make them look like robots? What's the benefit of them looking like people? What's the point of that? I don't know. JT3, does that robot have teeth? I don't know. I didn't. Hold on. Let me pull that back up. That's a good question. Because what does it need teeth for? biting. You like little teeth with your intimacy. I don't know. It's something. Let me see. Well, that one does. The one standing up has what looks like teeth. Yeah, that one's got teeth. That one doesn't really look like it's got teeth. I don't know about this one. Is there people in the chat writing if it has a gag reflex? Because I can just feel those kind of comments instinctually. I know you hooligans. That one kind of looks like it's got teeth too. I don't understand. There's something weird about it other than it itself. So for real, it will bite us. Yeah, see, I don't want that. I don't want to be bit by a robot. It's gonna be worse than getting bit by an alligator. Freckles, you might want to know about the teeth if you're gonna hide her in your closet. I mean, I guess. Zombie bots de Rosa. Jeffro, that's not right. Robo, I can't even say it. Robophobia bigot. Yeah, I guess. I'm telling you, there's gonna be people out there protesting for AI rights. They deserve rights too, especially if they come with teeth and purple hair like that. God rides a Harley, that's awesome. It got flagged, but I'm passing it through. That's an awesome comment. It just, I don't know. Saltarego, is it gas powered? I have no idea. It runs on the blood of children. God only knows. So for real, it's like iRobot, that movie with Will Smith. Yeah. I don't understand the point of them looking like people. And I don't feel like anyone ever talks about that. What's wrong with them just looking like machines? What was that show that had, or it was a movie that had Die Antwood in it, Ralphie or whatever? That thing, it looks like a standing car. It looks like a transformer. What's wrong with looking like a robot? Why do they make them look like people? And then they ask them questions like, are they going to try and eradicate humanity and stuff like that? You make them look like people, and then you talk about them replacing people. Seems like there's a goal here. There's an end game in mind. Shepherd Chap, AI has the right to not be in my presence. I saw in Red Terminator. Yeah. And that's where we're heading. It seems like they're building them to be that way. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I think it's going to be. They're just going to be militarized. We're not going to have human soldiers anymore. We'll just have robot soldiers. Chappie. MD Siren, that's what I was thinking of. Chappie. Yeah. What's wrong with making robots look like robots? God rides the Harley Powerball, 615 million. It is right now? I don't gamble unless times like this. Oh yeah. 11 hours ago, Powerball jackpot for Saturday's drawing grows to $615 million. The 10th largest prize in history. Well, if I hit the lottery, I'm buying everybody bagels. I know the White House promised you guys bagels. They said Jeff was going to bring you guys bagels. You guys are getting bagels. I get $615 million hairs. Klaus is getting a friend. I'm buying a house. We're having a hooligan potluck. Hold me to it. Because I'll let you know. I'll be live. I'll be live crapping my pants with the winning ticket in an undisclosed location. So for real, it has to be something going on. Yeah, there's, I don't know. The whole AI, robot, all that stuff is in a weird direction. That stuff is weird to me. I don't want a robot in my house. I don't like my Google units in my house. I don't want a humanoid being walking around. I don't care if it feeds the cat or not. Like, it just, I don't know. No, you hush your face, Klaus Daniels. This isn't about you. I'm running a circus here. Let's see. Mike, finally, the bagels. Yeah. I'll let you guys know so you can place your order. We'll put up a Google Doc or something. You guys can let me know what kind of bagels you want. Cream cheese or honey or whatever you want on it. We'll get that rolling. Hooligans crack me up. What's up, Justin? Happy freedom. Are you bald by choice? I mean, more or less. more or less. I'm aerodynamic right here at all times, but you know, you'll never see me do the comb over thing. We were talking about that yesterday. I think I'm gonna cut that part out of the live yesterday just to make some shorts. I think that's the other thing. I think that's another reason why YouTube is coming after me and taking my subscribers away, is because I mostly only go live, and they don't want that. They want people to make shorts so they can compete with TikTok. And I have a hard time making shorts. It takes way too much effort. And they don't like that. So they're like, oh, okay, we'll just take your subs away. Donna Sparks, you cracked me up. Klaus Daniels loves that toy you sent. I'm gonna have to get a video of it. He was chasing all over the house, that rolling ball thing. He loves that thing. He's like playing hockey inside the living room. Let's see, cleaning up my screens a bit. I'm gonna leave that Powerball thing up. I'm gonna have to go walk down to the gas station and get me a lottery ticket. Can't win if you don't play. What's up, no mandates? Happy freedom. Salt Regu, we're as live as we're gonna get. We're gonna move on to this next video titled Georgia UPS workers prepare for strike, demand better wages and conditions. I don't like to see unhappy people, but I feel like this person that they interview is, I don't know, starts off with a bad tone. Very first thing she does is correct the reporter interviewing her on her title, not her pronouns, but it might as well be. She just sounds really snarky, and I feel like you can't be begging for better wages and be snarky at the same time. I mean, who am I to judge, I guess, but something about hearing the interview is like, as soon as they got the interviewer on the screen, my ears shut off just because of her behavior, and it might be the shaved sides. I don't know. You guys judge for yourself. Here we go.
Hundreds of thousands of UPS employees could strike if the union and shipping giant don't reach a deal soon. And here in North Georgia, some are already preparing. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Casoris is live in Griffin, where they are practicing picketing this morning as that deadline gets closer, Abby.
Yeah, Megan, these are full-time and part-time UPS workers working around Metro Atlanta, and here in Griffin, they say if negotiations are not reached by that August 1st deadline, they're prepared to walk off the job. I'm actually joined with one of the Teamsters and a part-time employee at UPS who works as a courier at one of the shops, Jess Lister. Now, Jess, this is a practice picket. Can you share with me what you're practicing for?
Yes, shop steward was what you were trying to say. We are practicing for the real day, which will be August 1st. This is exactly what we'll be doing, but there will be no service happening in or out of these buildings. UPS trucks will come to a screeching halt nationwide, and it's going to cause a lot of issues.
We learned this week that there's been a stalemate in negotiations. Share with me what you guys are fighting for.
Well, on my issues behalf are the part-time issues, and we are fighting for the biggest thing is wages. We get poverty wages for doing back-breaking work. We create astronomical profits for this company. We know the money is there. We know the value of our labor, and we're demanding that it be returned to us.
We know that UPS has over 11 million customers across the U.S. Share with me, I'm sure that a lot of those people, they love their UPS workers. They also care a lot about getting their packages. Share with them what you guys are fighting for and why they should care so much about your message.
Yeah, we're just fighting for a good, fair, strong contract. Unfair discipline and harassment, we need protections around that. We need better wages for all across the board. We need starting wages of $25 for part-timers, catch-up raises on top of that. We need no forced overtime. We have families. We want to spend time with them as well. We care greatly about our customers. We bust our butts every day to make great service, and we want to keep doing that. All we want is a strong contract, so we urge our customers, call your UPS centers. Tell them to give us a good contract so that we can continue to make service.
Well, I will let you join the line again. I know that you've been leading the way with that mega horn, and we'll be back, getting to talk a little bit more later on in the show. And now we did get a statement from UPS about those negotiations. They had said in a statement that negotiations, refusing to negotiate, especially when the finish line is in sight, creates significant unease among employees and customers and threatens to disrupt the U.S. economy. Not only our non-union competitors are the only ones who benefit from the Teamsters' actions. Now, they'll be out here for just about another 30 minutes or so, and we'll also bring you an update later on in the show. Live in Griffin this morning, Abby Kasouris, Atlanta News First.
Well, reading the chat, I think we're all on the same page here. I don't know how bad their conditions are. I hear that it's really hot and really cold in those trucks, and I kind of hear that's about the worst part of the job. I feel like that wasn't the person to interview. They just, as you could hear right when she walked over, she was like, oh, this is so-and-so, she's leading the strike, and we're going to hear from her, and gives her the microphone, and the first thing she says is, my title's this is what you were trying to say, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So as soon as I heard that attitude, it's like, bloop, I can't hear you anymore. I got dad hearing, right? As soon as I hear the bitching and bickering, it's like, bloop, can't hear you anymore. Just shuts it right off. It's not even background noise. I just hear the wind blowing. It's just a bunch of nothing. I don't know. Couldn't hear anything after that. Let's see. Nikki, she wants to be paid more for part-time. That's what I thought I heard too. Is that she was making more demands on behalf of part-time work. So I thought that was interesting. Another point of being like, maybe you're not the person to interview in this whole deal. Let's see. Girth, if you work labor or factory jobs, you'll be treated like crap. Yeah, that's absolutely. I've worked a lot of factory jobs and stuff, and it's all like that. Everybody there hates their life, and they're only there because they have to afford rent. Yep. Guy, good pay in Denver for UPS. I've always heard that they made like pretty good money. Let's see. Miss Jamie, you need a pair of those glasses? No, I don't think the red heart-shaped glasses would look good on me, and I don't think they were doing her any favors either. DeRosa, practicing for a strike. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone practicing for a strike. I can understand because people, I don't know how they've made it to get into their 30s and 40s. I see their intelligence level and just the lack of common sense. I'm like, how did you live this long? I know it wasn't warning labels. You can barely read. So I don't understand, but yeah, practicing for a strike. People have a hard time organizing. Let's see, Mike, you don't want overtime? What the heck? Yeah. Complain about wages but don't want to work overtime. Like I said, it's kind of back and forth. I don't know their specific situation, so I don't want to be like too heavy-handed on my opinions here. But when I worked at the factory where we were making car parts, there were some people that were paid extra if they worked a lot of overtime. Like their regular wage just went up because they were just considered, I can't remember what they were called. There was a special name for it, but it pretty much meant that they were always down for overtime, or if you need someone to cover your shift, you could ask one of these few individuals, and they were pretty much guaranteed to say yeah. So I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's lack of incentive or they're just really not being paid enough. I don't know. It's and it goes with the part-time thing. She's speaking on behalf of people working part-time, and then they're complaining about overtime, and then it just seems like you just don't want to work. It's, you want to be paid more but not work more. So I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. The whole practicing for striking thing I thought was really interesting because I've never seen that before. What's a wet blanket? Happy freedom. I guess a lot of this is weird to me too, because in Michigan it's at-will employment. You can be fired for nothing. I have been. I've been called to work on my day off, drove 65 miles just to show up and have them pull me aside, sit me down, and slide me a termination paper that says for no reason on it. And then they were like, have a good day, and then sent me home. So, I mean, when you're living like that, and then you see people going on strike, you're just like, what are you guys doing? Like, we just go get a different job. Go start your own job. Sell feet pics. I don't know. I don't know. Figure it out. I don't know what else to say. I feel like begging companies to do right by you is impractical. I mean, I guess it works if you're unionized. I don't think I've ever been a part of the union. I almost was a part of the union at Myers, which is like Walmart, if you don't know what Meijer is. It's like Walmart, and everybody there was unhappy, and I didn't last long enough to get a part of the union. I was being mistreated, and I stood up for myself, and the person I was going to war with just happened to be the daughter of the owner of the business, because that's the way my luck is. I stay in my own lane and kind of keep my head down for the most part, and then when I do pop up and have to come after somebody, it's always somebody that you don't want to go after. The first time I got an assault charge, I beat up the kid, like beat him senseless on camera at school. Happened to be the son of the prosecutor at the courthouse. I didn't know that when I punched him in the face 16 times, but you know, that's how I get down. When I step up and speak out, it's always against the harshest of the harsh. You know, these things happen, but either way, I don't know a whole lot about the UPS thing. I've always heard that they got good benefits, they got good pay. Driving the truck sucks. Being in that big hot truck sucks. And that's all I've ever heard, so I don't really know. Let's see. Nikki, my dad worked for Goodyear for over 30 years. They had a strike a couple times, and it was rough, but the company was trying to take parts of benefits and things. Yeah, and I could understand that in a certain situation where they're taking away from you, and you just want to remain, you know, keep rolling the way you've been rolling. I could definitely understand that. I don't know. It's hard to say without being in the specific situation, you know. You guys, you can't call me a savage, okay? That's racist. These things happen, and that person had it coming. I've never been in a fight where I started the fight. The only time I've been in a fight situation is when somebody wanted it. Somebody begged me to punch them in the face enough times, and eventually they caught it. I'm usually not the first one to throw hands. I'm not the first one to lash out. But I'm not gonna let you hoe me. I'm just not going to. And it's, you know, that's what happened. Somebody wanted these hands, and they caught those hands a lot. And you know, things happen. I think that their mom was upset because the prosecutor was a woman at the time. I don't know who it is now, but I think their mom was upset because I had fractured their eye socket. Like, all of this had to be reconstructed because I just wouldn't stop hitting them. They crossed the wrong one. I don't know. I don't like fighting, but if I have to fight, I'm going to fight to win. And that's what happened. So he had to have his face restructured, and I think that's what upset his mom more than anything. And they were trying to get me for like attempted murder charges, and it didn't work out because I was 16. And so they were like, whatever. And then as soon as I was 17, boom, they came and picked me up for assault. But at that point, I had done it 3 or 4 times. So they hit me with 3 or 4 assault charges at once. My first time I went, and I had been 17 for like 13 days or something. I was the youngest person to be incarcerated in the Ludington jail at the time. So I mean, these things happen. That person had it coming though. They wanted it. So either way, let's see. DeRosa said you were stealing boxes. No, I ain't stealing boxes. No, when I got fired from Meijer, I was being scolded by a person half my size, and then they shoved me, and then I screamed into their face until they cried. I put my face against their face and then screamed until they cried. And she went and told her dad, and her dad had me fired and then threatened to press charges on me on behalf of Meijer. And it was all right. It was all right. That was a long time ago. People were tougher back then. Nowadays, you'd probably be shot by a firing squad by the White House for doing some stuff like that. They'd say it was some white supreme pizza going on or something, but that's all right. I just stay away from people. This is why I live in the house. This is why I don't go outside, because people out there are too soft to be poking the bear, and they do, and then they get, you know, torn up, and then they're like, then they're the victim. They go from being the aggressor to the victim. So I gotta stay in the house. It's safe for everybody if I just stay in the house. What's up, Mushroom Dancer? Happy freedom. Yeah, and I'm not a tough guy. I'm just determined. And get my eyes set on something, I'm good for it. Let's see. Donna Sparks had all the toys. My kitty has brought me a mouse from outside. Brought you a gift. I wonder what Klaus Daniels would do if he made it outside. He'd probably freak out. I don't know, maybe he'd bring me gifts. He's a big cat. He'd be bringing me like a dog or something for a gift. I'm like, Dad, look what I brought you. Like, put the Rottweiler back. Jesus, Klaus Daniels. Jimmy, destroy cameras, no evidence. I was at school. There was like 6 different angles. They brought me in the office. The officer did. We had school officers, which I guess they don't have that nowadays. I don't know. The officer had brought me into the school, and they were like, we saw there was an incident yesterday after school. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they were like, yeah. And then they brought the TV in, and they were playing these clips, and I was like, that's sweet. I didn't know that it looked like that. It's pretty cool. They were like, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was cool. Anyways, I didn't get out of it. I had to serve time for it. 28 days. It wasn't long, but it was long enough. And that's what she said. Finn, you gotta stand for something, or you'll never stand for anything. It's true. Shepherd Shep, I'm not tough. I'm just mean when I have to be, that is. Yeah. Jimmy, I brought you a spider. Yeah, no, I don't do spiders. I don't like spiders. I don't know, when I lived in Silver Lake, which I'm glad I don't live out there anymore. That place is lawless and full of meth heads. But when I lived out there, I lived in like a spider sanctuary. There were spiders that were the size of the face of a $20 bill. Just freak me out. You could feel their presence. You could see their eyes. You'd walk into a room, you'd see like a reflection. You'd look over and there'd be a giant wolf spider on the wall. And they're not afraid of you. They will approach you. And it's rough stuff. Oh, Snooks, let me see. What am I looking for? Monkey Savant, you're on the other channel. You're on the hidden channel. That's why you're not seeing anyone. Cecil, when your cat brings you a dead animal, it's because they think you're a terrible hunter and on the verge of starvation. That's nice. It's still a gift. It's a... They don't want to see you doing bad. That's a good cat. Jimmy, it's spider season. Yeah. They get all big and buff right now, and then wintertime they come inside. Come hang out with you. See what you're watching on TV and stuff. Destiny Gal, border crossers are eating pets in some areas, part of their culture. Yeah. We covered a video where there was border crossers that were like trying to shoot down an eagle to eat it, or they did shoot down an eagle. And yeah, I don't know who wants to eat an eagle. Miss Jamie. Yeah, I can whoop someone, but throw a spider at me and it's game over. See, I don't mind little spiders. It's the big wolf spiders. They got fur and you can see their eyeballs and stuff. When they jump on your desk, you can hear it. That's too much. It's too much for me. They're big enough to where I've hit one with a 9mm. Just blew it into pieces outside. You can see them. You can hear them walking on the leaves. That's how big they are. I don't know. You got to cleanse them with fire. That's all I know. Cecil, I got a wolf spider living behind my toaster oven. She's chill. She eats random flies. I don't know. I just can't. I can't. I remember waking up with like spider bites on my hands, like just, 2 dots. And it's because they crawl on you while you're sleeping, and then you go to like swat them off, and they nail you. I don't know. I'm so glad I don't have to live out there anymore. It was a spider hell. The Rosa, number 86 on the Panda Express menu. Meow meow. Is it chicken? Meow meow. No. I've never been to Panda Express. I hear their stuff's all right. I've never seen one though. They might have one in Grand Rapids. Finn, Klaus might gift you a horse. He better not. He better not. Mike 12 Eyes looking at your flesh. It's no good. Yeah, M-Dot, you know, he didn't have a bulletproof vest on, so, you know, the spider, he only took one shot. It was good. I didn't have the 223 that back then. I hit him with the 9mm. I was out in the woods just doing some plinking. And I was hearing something crinkling, hearing some leaves. I thought it was a squirrel, but it was a spider. Just reaction. Boom. He was gone. I was still concerned he was going to come back with buddies, though, so I left. I got up out of the woods. Gray wolf, I hate bugs. Yeah, I don't know. Certain bugs bother me and other ones don't. Like mosquitoes eat me alive. Hardcore. Mosquitoes will kamikaze themselves. I'll be covered in bug spray. They'll land right on me and just stay there. They will just die attached to me. It's no good. And then big old spiders. I used to just not like any spiders, but after being exposed to so many big wolf spiders, I can just kill spiders with my hands now. I'm just like, oh, spider. Like, don't even care. But if it's a wolf spider, gotta grab the 2A. I'm not messing around. You gotta get some Axe spray and a lighter. You gotta cleanse them with fire. They smell terrible when they're on fire, by the way, just if you're not prepared for that. They smell awful. Donna Sparks, she's telling me it's time for a new toy. Yes. I know, Klaus Daniels, he's so spoiled. He's got more toys in the house than I do. Donna Sparks, not sure why more people aren't on the site. Works great. After, for getting banned and all that. I don't know. I think the majority of it is, one, we don't have an app, and two, there's so many platforms. There's so much stuff. There's, you know, all the social media, and then we got Gilded, and we got Discord, and we got Telegram, and then we got the website. And I think people just don't want to hop onto the website. I thought more people would go to the website, which is why I paid $1,000 to have it made. But it is what it is. I was thinking about that earlier. If we don't get more people over on the website, I'll probably start taking things away from the website. Because, like, just the chat by itself is like $250 a year. And people don't use it. And so I don't know why I'm paying for that if no one's going to use it. I made the website so people would have a place where they didn't have to worry about censorship. You won't have to worry about your comments being flagged in the chat. You don't have to worry about being shadow banned. You don't have to worry about some third party coming and terminating your account and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about your data being harvested and stuff. I made the website like that because people claim they care about that. But then I made the website and they don't go to the website. And it's grifting, basically. People don't care about free speech. They don't care about being free. They just say they do. And so that's why they don't go to the website. Because if they cared, they would. I mean, they would go to Rumble if they really cared about that stuff. But most people don't. They just say they do. And it's just part of the song and dance. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Pesky, don't look up camel spiders. Yeah, camel spiders look like they crawled right out of hell. Those are terrible looking things. I remember when the stuff in Iraq first happened. And I remember seeing pictures of like giant crab spiders, like big enough to eat a horse. And I remember people were saying those were camel spiders. But I haven't seen anything like that since. When I look up camel spiders now, they're like this big. You should look up bird spiders. Those are like big spiders, and they make wind-up toy sounds when they walk. Like tss, when they're walking around and stuff, and they're huge. They're like 2-3 times the size of a tarantula. Kakanos, I can't remember. I think you can listen to the live on the website without having your screen on. I think the only way you can listen to YouTube with having your screen off is if you pay for premium. I don't really know though. So if I have to make a Rumble account. Yeah, I mean, I just want people to be wherever they're most comfortable. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about the people who are always screaming about freedom, but then they don't go where freedom is. And that doesn't make sense to me. But at this point, I don't care. Like I just want people to be comfortable. That's all I care about. Go where you are comfortable. That's why I made the link tree. Because I could just post links and say, hey, go here. But instead, I have the link tree. That way you can go where you want to go. You can try it all out and go where you're most comfortable. I just want people to be happy. I say that every day because I mean it. I just really want people to be happy. I don't like telling people what to do. Oh, now everybody's going to be all mad. Oh, well. It's been like that all week. It's been like that all week. Being honest really makes people mad, and that's too bad. That's really too bad. It's part of us being in our own little world and staring at our phones. We're just used to getting what we want when we demand it. And when we don't, we feel like that's some infraction towards us. And so it's time to get all up in arms and get all mad and stuff. And this week it's been a lot of that. People are like, why isn't this working? I'm like, because it just doesn't work. And they're like, what the hell? Like, freak all out and stuff. It's like, okay, man, just chill out. Somebody got banned from Gilded a couple days ago. I'm just going to kick the hornet's nest right now. They got banned for being a self-proclaimed white nationalist. And we don't have room for hate. We don't have room for hate. Hooligans don't have hate in their heart. And because they're a white supremacist by choice, and they said that. Nobody called them that. They were proud to be that. And they got banned. They got banned. It's clearly in the rules. It's also in the community guidelines for Gilded. You cannot be a hate group and be there. I don't want to be around people that have hate. I don't want to be around people that care about skin color. I don't care about that. I don't want to know about that. I don't want to be a part of anything like that. And I can't let you be around me doing that stuff because it looks like I condone it. So they got banned. They got banned. It didn't come out of nowhere. They were told why they were banned, and they accepted it, and they were banned. Well, then we had 3 or 4 people get all pissy about it. And, oh, you're banning people because they believe other things than what you believe, and da-da-da-da. No. That's not why they were banned. They were banned because they're racist, because they are racist people, and I can't have that. I don't want to be around racism. I don't want people who I care about to be around racism. And for some reason, we have people coming and defending them. They're like willing to die on that hill. They're like, that was my buddy, and you banned him. Yeah, I did, because they're a white supremacist. And if you're a white supremacist, you can be banned too. So what's up? And people are mad about that. Kick rocks and socks until you break your toenails off. I don't care. I don't care about that at all. Don't be racist. Don't have hate in your heart. You want to hang out with us? Don't have hate in your heart. And I tried to explain to people, what if we had a hooligan that was dark-skinned? How could they be friends with someone that's a white nationalist? They wouldn't be able to, because supremacy is the opposite of unity. And I'm about unity. As I just said, I want everyone to be happy. If you're a supremacist, you don't belong here, and you got banned for it, and I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that racism is wrong. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that focus on skin color is wrong. But for some reason I do. And I'm the one that provided all of this stuff for everyone to hang out. And everything except for the website is free. So I don't understand why I'm breaking my neck for people that don't understand that racism is wrong. And so they got kicked. And at this point, anybody that's mad about it, they're just getting kicked too. Because that's really dumb. That's really dumb. Have love in your heart, not hate. And that's why I pulled these Billy Graham videos and I clipped them out, because I think people need to hear this stuff. And even if you don't want to hear about God and preaching and all that, and I understand, it is very judgmental. Religion, which is not the same thing as loving God, is very hate driven, it seems like, because everybody's judging you and telling you what you need to do, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all, and I understand that. And that's not what these clips are going to be about. I want you, if you have a hard time hearing the word of God, I don't want you to look at it like religion. I want you to look at it as if you have one person that's lazy and doing nothing and going with the wind and what's popular. Oh, the rainbow stuff's popular, I'm going to be with the rainbow stuff. Oh, this stuff's popular, I'm going to be with this stuff. Protesting's popular, I'm an activist. Those people are just in the wind, versus people who are like, this choice is difficult, but it's the right choice, and it's for what's best for everyone. So these are what I'm going to do. Now, you have these two individuals of opposite ends of perspective, and they think each other is stupid for their own reasons. I want you to look at it like that, because that's what these clips are. This is from a video, a Billy Graham video. It's titled Foolish, and it's talking about fools in the Bible and fools of perspective and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and get this video started. And as I said, if you don't want to hear preaching and gospel and stuff like that, look at it from a more practical perspective of today, right? Just random people in the street We see people who seem out of their mind. They're out there protesting rainbow rights. They want to hurt kids and all this stuff. And you're like, how could you do that? And they explain their side of the story. And you're like, well, that's foolish. And then they turn around and talk about how you're foolish because you don't support what they're, in these two different sides. And so look at it like that as we go through this. We're going to start this first part. I got 3 different clips that I clipped out. They're all short. The first one's like 50 seconds. Second one's like 22 seconds. The last one's 3 minutes. And this is how we're going to wrap today up. But I think people need to hear this because there's too much hate going on and it really doesn't make any sense. So we're going to go ahead and get this started.
Born again has become a popular. Now, to be born again has become a popular expression in the United States. But if you stood in a university in some of the countries that I go to and say that you'd been born again and carry a Bible around and prayed, you would certainly be called a fool. Jesus said, whoever calls his brother a fool is in danger of hellfire. Then why does the Bible call certain people a fool if Jesus says, if you call your brother a fool? I wouldn't dare use that name for you. And never use the word fool in anger, because that's what that passage really means. If you use the word fool in anger and call a man a fool, Jesus said you're in danger of hellfire. That's pretty strong language.
So that's the first part I have. And I think that's interesting because what I get out of that is us being quick to judge each other. And we had said earlier in the week, we spend a lot of time critiquing everything around us. We talk about everything that we think is bad around us, and we very rarely boost up things that we think is good around us. We just look at each other and say, you suck for these reasons, and you suck for these reasons, and all this stuff. So to me, this takes away is like, the takeaway is like, it's not up to you. It's not up to you to judge. You don't have to do things you don't want to do, and you don't have to like things you don't like. But you also don't have to go out there and scream to the top of the top of the trees that this person sucks. You don't have to let someone who sucks know they suck, because they're not going to take that information from you anyway. So what are you doing? You're just blowing steam for no reason. It doesn't do anything to tell people who suck that they suck. They're not going to receive the information. So stop wasting your breath. You're just spreading hate. Get that hate out of your heart. So that's what I took out of that first clip. We got the second clip here.
But there are people here today that wouldn't say that you're an atheist or an agnostic, but you live like one. So you are a practical atheist. You profess to believe in God, but you live as though there is no God. So practically, you're an atheist, and the Bible says that you're a fool.
I feel like everybody knows what that's like right there. That's like grifting. That's exactly what grifting is. You're talking all this good stuff, but do you live like that? Do you make these choices? Do you actually have that around you? And a lot of people don't, and that's why I'm always talking about the fruits of your labor. You can say good things, but if you ain't got good things going on around you, then you're just saying good things. You're not living in what you're saying. Now he's talking about loving God specifically, right? He's quoting the Bible and stuff like that. But like I said, I think this is relevant to everything going on around us. Even if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in any of that, you just look at it as a practical standpoint between people, especially here in America. Got a lot of grifting going on. Got a lot of people saying one thing and doing another, and you can tell by the fruits of their labor. And that's kind of what I got out of that clip. By the way, this video is from 1977 in South Bend, Indiana, and Billy Graham was at Notre Dame. That's where this is at. That's where this takes place. So this last video is 3 minutes long. It's the end of the video. Let's see. Stephen, they teach religion. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Yeah, this isn't about religion. That's what I said at the beginning. This is not about religion. Religion and loving God is different. And if you can't handle the word of God, look at it from a practical standpoint, just between people. Not between people harping on you about what you should be doing. Just absorb it and think about it. Because we have protesting, we have crazy stuff going on with people trying to hurt kids. We have crazy stuff going on where 47 flavors of rainbow that all want their own rights and special treatment, special bathrooms, and all this other stuff. And we have all this hate going on. And I feel like for something that's so old, the Bible is so old and the Word of God is so old, it seems really relevant today because it's timeless. It's always relevant. People are always going to be people. And right now we live in a really weird time. And so, like I said, this whole video was called Fool. I posted it in Gilded last night, like 3 o'clock in the morning when I came across it. And I just clipped out the parts that I thought meant the most. This next part's the last one. It's 3 minutes long.
It's the preaching of the cross. The preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. I stand here and tell you tonight that you can find Christ by coming in simple childlike faith to the foot of the cross in repentance of your sins, and that it'll change your life and change your eternal destiny where you're going to spend eternity. And many of you tonight will call that foolish. How that a man could die 2,000 years ago and that death could affect you tonight. But it's true. Hundreds of people could stand at this microphone in this arena tonight and tell you that the cross made all the difference in their lives. How that Christ came in and transformed homes and brought marriages together and changed people. And yet people on the outside who've never had this experience of knowing Christ may call us a fool. They say we're foolish. To say that a man can stand up here and preach as I'm doing tonight, and there's power in the quoted Word of God, and there's power in the message, the power of the Holy Spirit applying it to your hearts. And because of that, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. And because of that, and you receive it as the Word of God, and you receive it as God's message, and you do it by faith, seems foolish, doesn't it? But it works. It's called the foolishness of preaching, the power of God. Do you know Christ? Has He come into your life and transformed you and changed you? Whose fool are you tonight? The foolishness of the gospel. The Bible teaches that the proclamation of the cross is foolishness to them that perish. I'm going to ask you to do something foolish. Foolish to the world. I'm going to ask you to get up out of your seat right now. Hundreds of you, as we've seen every night. Get up out of your seat and come and stand in front of the platform and say yes to Jesus Christ. Why do I ask you to come? Because every person Jesus called in the New Testament, He called publicly. There's no such thing as silently. You must openly acknowledge Christ and confess Christ. And the scripture, Jesus said, if you'll acknowledge me before men, I'll acknowledge you before my Father which is in heaven. You get up and come right now. You may be Catholic or Protestant. You may be good. You may be bad. You may go to Mass or church every Sunday. But down deep in your heart, you know that you don't have a vital relationship with Jesus Christ. You get up and come. We're going to wait right now while you come. Quickly.
So the reason I cut that big part out is because, like I'm saying, he's talking about how he believes in God, and for him to practice loving God and stuff like that, to see people who would rather not do that seems foolish. Why would you not want to have a relationship with God? Because there's nothing like the love of God. You'll never feel anything that's like the love of God. And so if you don't do that, that seems foolish, because you're always walking around miserable and talking about how bad your life is, but then you don't do the simple steps it takes to fix all of that. That seems foolish. And just like on the outside, if you see someone being disciplined and doing what they're doing to love God, and you don't know anything about the love of God, you've never felt it, so you don't know what it's like, you don't understand why people do it, you think, well, I'd rather sin, it's more fun. You're being disciplined, you don't want to sin, so your life is boring. Well, you're choosing to be bored. That's foolish. And so that's kind of what I took away from all of this, is people too busy pointing their fingers at each other trying to figure out who's the fool here. Now, it's interesting because, I mean, I was a chaplain for 2 years, so I know what it's like to feel the love of God. I know what it's like to hear from God. I've seen lots of things. I've seen lots of crazy things. And I've never felt happier than when I was feeling the love of God. I've done things and fallen farther from God and stuff like that. And so I don't feel it quite as much as I used to. But it'll make you feel like a child again. It'll make you happy in a way that you haven't felt since you've realized how bad the world is. And so it doesn't take a whole lot to have a relationship with God. And like I said, it's different than religion. Religion is Clubhouse. It's using God to play Clubhouse and to say who can and can't be there and stuff. I'm not talking about religion. And so it doesn't take a whole lot to feel the love of God. But when you do, you're like, wow, it didn't take a whole lot, and I feel better than I ever have. And then when times get hard, you don't worry about those hard times because you just give it to God. You're like, well, it's hard now, but it won't be hard forever because God's got my back. It'll be good. And people who have never felt the love of God, they're like, you're a fool. You're a fool. It's easier to get swept away, to be in the wind of everything going on and do what everybody else is doing, especially if it looks fun, and look at people who are choosing to not live like that and say, well, you're a fool. In the same way that people get religious and they see people who are choosing to be heathens and say, well, you guys are fools for not loving God. But the whole big message of this is it's not up to you to decide who is a fool. It's not up to you. It's not up to you to critique people and to say you're a fool over me, or I'm a fool, or this, that, and the other. You got to live your life how you're going to live your life. And I feel like that's the biggest point, is that everybody's walking a different path. And instead of worrying about what we're doing and minding our own business, we're out here worrying about who's the fool. We're trying to point fingers and figure out who's the fool. And then we spend all this time trying to prove to everyone that person is a fool. Instead of just being like, well, that guy's a fool. I'm gonna walk this way. Because that guy's over there, I'm going to walk this way. I don't want to be around fools. And so either way, I thought that this stuff was relevant to what we're seeing today. And it's timeless. The Bible is timeless. The Word of God is timeless. It's always relevant. But I figured that if I cut it into these little clips, it'd be easier to absorb and to look at it and say, we spend too much time hating each other. We spend too much time just being hateful in general and pointing out all the things are bad. And I'm not saying that I'm innocent of it in any kind of way. I am not perfect in any kind of way. But I thought it was really interesting, and I thought maybe it would be good to show to you guys that maybe some of you would have some takeaway from it. I don't want you guys to think it's religion. I'm not pushing religion on you. I'm not telling you to go out there and join a church or anything like that. I'm telling you, just look at it from a practical perspective of just being people. We're all just people, and we live in a really weird time right now where there's propaganda and people spreading hate and people telling you who you should hate, like old man Walter going out there, right? White supreme pizza is the biggest threat to our democracy. What? People put BLM and stuff like that telling you who you should hate. The news all the time telling you who you should hate. People looking at stuff on the internet trying to cancel each other so they can figure out who to hate. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. We need to stop worrying about hating each other. We need to figure out how to get along, how to unite. Because while we're hating each other, the government's over here picking us off one by one, because that's who's coming after us. It's the devil running the government. Whether it's old man Walter or just the intentions itself. There's bad stuff going on. And we're too busy squandering in the bad stuff instead of just trying to figure out how to get along and be united. Just be one. I don't know. When I came across the video, it was the first time I had watched a video where I didn't have anything bad to say about it. I didn't think about the person talking and how I can critique them and how they look or how they sound. I didn't feel reason to distort their message and to say they could have said it better. I just saw it and was like, that's good. Like, everything in the video is good. And maybe I should show the Hooligans something good, because we cover so much bad stuff all the time. So, I don't know. Sorry if that turns you guys away. Sorry if we're going to lose thousands of subscribers again. But I thought it was worth showing. And I think some people need to hear it. And I think it brings perspective. And it could help. So, I did what I did. You can be mad if you want to. It's alright. I'm tired of leaving on a bad note. So I just thought this would be a good way to end the live. We're going to do the spiel deal. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to wrap things up. Like I said, around 7 o'clock p.m., we're going to be covering the Orange Eagle. I think it's going to be at 7. Right Side Broadcasting is going live at 6. There's no time for when the Orange Eagle is going to be on stage. I'm assuming it's going to be around 7. I'll let you guys know. Make sure you go join Gilded and all that stuff. That way I can keep you guys up to date with all the information that I find and let you know when we're going to go live. We're not covering the Orange Eagle on YouTube. Community guidelines. I mean, he could say one thing in the middle of a 3-hour speech and it'll just strike me and I'll be gone for the next 7 days or 2 weeks or 3 months or God only knows how long they'll take me out. It's not worth the risk when I'm live on 9 different platforms, including my website. Why risk my YouTube channel? It's not worth it. Why break the rules? Why ask me to break the rules? We don't want to see people breaking laws, but you want to see me break the rules. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So we're not showing the Orange Eagle on YouTube because of their community guidelines. Around 7 o'clock, that's when I'm hoping to show it. And then we're going to be playing the game Fallout New Vegas, hopefully by 10. It depends on how long the Orange Eagle is on stage, because we're going to cover it in its entirety. But that's the plan today. That's the schedule. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's my day off. It's time to recharge my batteries. When it's your day off, I encourage all of you to go recharge your batteries. You got to play. It's the only way to recharge your batteries. Taking a break is necessary, but playing actually rejuices the batteries and stuff. Especially if you can find what is called flow. Time flies when you're having fun. If you can find flow, you find something you enjoy, like fishing, right? A lot of people like fishing. Like, next thing you know, you check the clock. Holy crap, it's been 4 hours. Well, when it's time to work, you're at work. Everybody's like, what'd you do yesterday? You're like, oh, I was fishing. I was out there getting it. I was drinking beer and catching fish. And we had, I had the deep fryer out. I had the Fry Daddy. I was frying up some fish last night. It feels good. It's not, you ain't worried about being at work the next day, because you recharged your batteries. And not everybody likes fishing, and I don't go fishing. And that's a long story. But do something you enjoy when it's your day off. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But like I said, 7 o'clock p.m. around that time, we'll be showing Orange Eagle. We'll be playing the game over at JeffMAC Gaming. Sometime between 8 and 10. Depends on when the Orange Eagle gets off stage. Tomorrow's the day off. And I'll see all of you guys Monday for another Coffee with Hooligans at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's the plan. Let me drop these links really quick. We're going to do the spiel deal. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And then we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to read your comments in just a moment. But first, I need you guys to go over to the link tree. Let me drop the links in the chat. I was going to do that and I got sidetracked. Trying to complete my thoughts. I read and try and click on things and talk all at the same time. I'm doing 3 different things all at once. What's up, Fishinger? Let's see. All right, Hooligans. I dropped the link in the chat. When you get a second, please go to the link tree. All of my links are listed on the link tree. So I want you to scroll down and go join Gilded. Gilded is free and currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. Every time we go live. There's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. And there's a ton of hooligans in their chat around the clock for you to hang out with 24/7. So definitely go join Gilded. Also on the link tree, you can find links for the merch store if you'd like to grab some merch. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and other specialty items. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black. But if you find something you like, just click on that item to see all the different colors that that item comes in. You can also find links for PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you would like to help support what I do. There's also a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to send emails, find addresses, or keep track of tracking numbers. You don't have to do any of that. It is really simple. And then finally, we have links to join the membership programs. We have memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. And at the very top of the link tree there, you can claim a free week membership for jeffmaclive.com. No strings attached. You're not going to be charged or anything like that. It's a free week to come see all the cool stuff we have going on over there. If you have a membership, you will have access to your own profile for our private social media area. You'll have access to our group chat rooms and group pages. You'll have access to our live streaming area with the built-in chat. You'll have access to our advanced messaging system with the ability to text, call, video call, group text, group call, group video call, and the ability to upload all versions of digital media, so MP3s, MP4s, slideshows, digital documents, anything like that. If you want to network with other hooligans, promote your business, or just post cool stuff on your timeline, you're welcome to do so. JeffMacLive.com is the home of the hooligans, so go join up right now. All right, hooligans. I'm going to read through the chat really quick, and then we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. If I wait too long, I'm not going to be able to see all of your comments. The good, the bad, and the otherwise. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, Steven. Let's see. So for real, people can sit out in nature praising God and talking to him. Just my opinion. A lot of times I talk to God when I'm driving. I like to tell him jokes and stuff. I think God thinks I'm funny. I don't know why. That's just, I feel like God is an instinctual feeling. You know, you trust your gut feeling, you trust your instincts and stuff. If you talk to God and you have a relationship with God, at least this is my experience, you'll have instincts and inspirations that are kind of out of the ordinary. You'll have someone that you haven't thought about in a long time just pop up in your head, and you'll get this urge to call them and see how they're doing. And then you do that because the urge is overwhelming, and then you come across that this person really needed somebody, and you just happen to be that somebody that was there to help them. That's what people refer to as acts of God and things like that. I mean, I understand if you hit a deer, a lot of times your insurance will be like, well, it was an act of God. This is something different. I feel like the love of God is like confidence. It's something you feel instinctual. You instinctually can tell if something is right or wrong. You can tell if something's a little off. And having a relationship of God or with God, I feel like intensifies those instincts and whatnot. And a lot of times people refer to that as God speaking to you. That's you hearing from God, is when you feel those inspirations and instincts. If you don't have a relationship with God, you've hardened your heart. God speaks to your heart, and you won't have such instincts and inspiration. That's why a lot of times people who are criminals, they think more logically in a criminal way. They'll say, well, I see an opportunity for me to get one over on you, to cut a corner here, to cheat and steal and lie and potentially get away with it. They think that. They don't feel that. They think that, which is why after they do it, they feel guilty. They feel like something bad's going to happen. They're constantly looking over their shoulders. Their instincts are telling them that they did something wrong. And it's because they've hardened their heart. They can't hear from God anymore. I don't know, it's just my opinion and my personal experience. Let's see. Tam wish you could march for Jesus with us. Yeah, I would like to do that, but I have a hard time getting around other people that do things for religion. I don't join churches and stuff like that. I've been kicked out of a lot of churches. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of questions. My mom's pagan witch, Wicca witch or something. I don't even know what that is anymore. Like, I don't know if that's still what she does. I was a teenager when she used to tell me that stuff. And my dad never told me anything about God. My grandpa always told me he believed in God, and that was the whole conversation. And my grandma was about the same. So I didn't know anything about God. And I'd go into a church as a teenager, young, preteen, whatever, and I'd ask all these questions, and they would make me leave. They didn't want to explain God. They took it as I was questioning God, and it's because they were playing Clubhouse. A lot of people like to get together in their fancy little pagan buildings, like a building with a cross. That's a pagan building. It's a building that you're going to that has symbolism on it. You can speak to God anywhere. You don't have to go to a building and do that. And where two or more are present, God is present, because we are the church. And so I don't like to do that stuff. I don't like to get involved in programs and things like that. I feel like it's up to you to do it. You know, you want to talk to God, that's on you. I'm not going to judge you for how you have a relationship or don't have a relationship with God, and I don't care at all about what people think about how I believe in God or talk to God, because it doesn't matter. It's my relationship. It's not your relationship, and your relationship with God doesn't affect me at all. So who cares? I don't. I just want you guys to be happy, and I've never felt happier than when having a relationship with God, which is the only reason I'm talking about it. It's not because I'm pushing anything onto you. It's because I want everybody to be whole, and I want everyone to be happy, and that's the only reason we're talking about it. Let's see. Kevin, I'll break 5 laws right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. Hey, I appreciate you, T. Lawton. Liberty Sweetheart, being here with the Hooligans helps me process the bad stuff. Same for me. I feel the exact same way. Hey, I appreciate you going fishing. Thank you, Eva. What's up, Suzette? You guys are awesome. I really thought I was going to get a lot of backlash. I'm just seeing the good things over the bad things. You Hooligans, you guys are the best. I appreciate all of you. Just flipping through the chat really quick. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and then we're going to wrap things up. I don't know what's going on over here on Twitch. People debating the existence of God. I can't say it enough. It's not about that. I've seen someone in the chat say it's all connected, right? If you've ever seen luck, you ever seen luck work out or karma, all that stuff is described in the Bible. If you've ever heard, what is it called? The Kabbalion. If you've ever read the book, The Kabbalion, which is a occult book. It's the laws of attraction and things like that. Psychology, manipulation, all of these things, if you study any of it, it all says the same thing. Be a good person. Try to make the good choices even when no one's looking. Have integrity. That's pretty much it. That's really all it is. Be a good person. Be a good person even when no one's looking. Chances are you'll have a happier life. Judging people, pushing things onto people, telling people how they should be and all this, that stuff, it's not going to get you anywhere. Which is why people hate religion, is because that's what a lot of it is. It's playing Clubhouse and pushing God onto other people and judging them. You're using God to judge people. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be judged, especially by another imperfect being. So I understand all that. But karma, luck, all that stuff, it's all the same. It's all the same. If you can't handle believing in God, but you believe in luck and karma, you're still walking the same path. Be a decent person. What goes around comes around. What goes up must go down. These are all the same laws. They all have different words, but the principles are the same. The purpose is the same. The meaning behind the message is the same. Go be a good person. Affect people in a good way if you're going to affect them at all. And if you can't, then stay away from people. Treat others the way you want to be treated, right? We've all heard this stuff. This is all in the Bible under different words. So whether you believe in God or not, or you think the Bible's fake or not, you're still walking that walk, whether you like it or not, because it's relevant to all of us, because we're all people and people will always be people. And the Word of God is about people. And so that's all there is to it. So going out there and being like, God's not real. Well, that doesn't matter to anybody that believes that God's real. And to anyone that doesn't believe God's real, well, you guys can all unite and get together. But when you start infighting, you start eating each other, it's because you're carrying that hate in your heart. You're not trying to be good people. Telling someone that their beliefs are stupid does not make you a good person on any day, no matter what the argument is. It's not up to you to tell other people that they're stupid. And you're not going to make yourself happy doing that, and you're not going to make them happy by doing that. And that's really all it is. I just want you guys to be happy. Go be happy. Go be awesome, Hooligans. I'll see you guys about, hopefully, around 7 o'clock for the Orange Eagle thing. But first, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to wrap this up. All right, Hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And I just messed up the Pledge of Allegiance. I was thinking something. Once again, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Cat Daniels went over here. got me right on my foot, and I was like, totally forgot the Pledge of Allegiance. Mine went blank. Anyways, I appreciate all of you guys being here. I'm not trying to preach to all of you. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hopefully you guys come back and hang out with me 7 p.m.-ish on all the alternative platforms. You can find all the platforms on the link tree. You can always find the link tree in the description of any of my videos, even if it's not live. So if you're panicking, you're like, oh, I want to see the Orange Eagle, I want to hang out with the Hooligans, but I don't know where to go, just go to my channel or my profile on any social media. You'll find the link tree. Click the link tree. Click on any platform that's not YouTube. You'll find us covering the Orange Eagle. Be a part of Gilded, Discord, or Telegram, whichever one you prefer. You don't have to join all of them, and you'll be up to date with everything going on. I'll let you guys know when the Orange Eagle's on stage. We're going to be covering that, and like I said, we'll be gaming over at JeffMAC Gaming. You can find that at the bottom of the link tree. It's a YouTube channel. We're also live on Kick and JeffMacLive.com with gaming. It's just for funsies. It's all for funsies. I know people are like, oh, you're too old to be playing games. Oh, you're lazy playing games. You should work 24 hours a day and be a slave for money and blah, blah, blah. Too bad. I like playing the game, and I like hanging out with Hooligans while we do it. So if you'd like to join us for that, that'll be sometime between 8 and 10 after the Orange Eagle's off stage. We won't be live tomorrow. Like I said, it's my day off. When it's your day off, go recharge your batteries. It's important. It's good for you. It's good for you. Go play. Society's lied to us. They told us that playing is lazy. The opposite of work is rest. The opposite of work is play. You got to go play to recharge those batteries so you're ready to work again. I'll see you guys Monday for another Coffee with Hooligans at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I appreciate all of you guys. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you Hooligans, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.